Hi, Tim Sales here. Welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. What we're doing here is I showed a video on my channel that had to do with the bad reputation of network marketing, and it was focused on the media itself. I mentioned competitors, but I never really addressed it because I knew later I was going to hit each point all the way through. And so that's what Straight Talk is all about. I expose examples and how I assimilate and evaluate their data. And again, these are people who are going out there kind of trying to poach the network marketing industry. The reason that they are out there attacking network marketing is not a true reason. They're out there for the purpose of getting traffic and eyeballs onto them or to their website, so that they can sell them something else, okay? And so what I'm doing is I'm basically exposing that. I assimilate the data, I evaluate it, and then show it to you. So we're going to roll a clip of Dan and Desmond so you can get a flavor of them, and then we're going to go right in and we're going to roll a clip of this week's episode comment. Okay, so roll the clip.
Not only I've been involved with MLM for a short period of time in my career, but I've actually coached a lot of the top, I'm talking about 1% earners in the MLM industry. So I know this industry inside and out from both sides, from both the business side, also the consumer, as well as the recruiter side. Yeah. So today we're gonna dispel some of the myth. Let me just say this, I hate pyramid scheme.
But Sifu, I mean, you know,
I hate this shit.
It feels pretty good.
I'm like
right?
the most anti-MLM guy you'll ever meet. Now let me tell a story.
Okay, a lot of drama there. All right, so he knows it inside and out. We'll see about that. Okay, so now let's roll a clip of the comment.
Few hours. They make it sound so easy. It is not. In order to get to the top levels that even I just scratched the lower levels of the upper levels.
It's a full-time
7 days a week, every day away from my family. Leave the house at 6 p.m. Go to work a whole day, come home exhausted, tired, jump into a suit, and if you don't like wearing suits, you're in trouble. Then after that, go out, drive somewhere, spend money on a coffee.
Go to that meeting, go to that hotel meeting, drag family and friends.
Stay late after the meeting till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Lots of work.
Unbelievable. And
Exhausted, yeah.
I remember one of the things I've learned that it's because once I run out of people that I talked to in the beginning.
Yes.
Well, you got to prospect, you got to meet with people. So I actually went to bookstore.
Yes.
Okay, I know you've done this before. It's fucking stupid. I went to bookstore, hang out in the personal development business section, right?
Yes.
So people are looking at different books, and I would kind of like slowly get close to them. I say, yeah, that's a very good book, right? Right? Try to strike up a conversation, right? Yeah, what do you like about the book? Oh, by the way, are you looking for, an opportunity to make side income? They're like, what the?
Pounced on me.
What the right? And he was just bad. And what's worse is while you are doing this,
yes,
I don't know if you feel the same way, it just feels so draining. Yes. It feels so exhausting. I feel like after I talk about whatever the network marketing opportunity, I feel like I need to take a shower.
Yeah, you feel dirty.
I feel so dirty. I feel so disrespected.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not a good way to make a living.
It's like a cheesy salesman.
It's like,
Like a cheesy salesman. All right, let's dig into this one. This ought to be fun. Okay, so there was a word that was just slipped out there, brainwashed. In other words, in the video that I did on bad reputation of network marketing, the media, what they tend to do is use words, emotional words that kind of cause a wow. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, right? It's a technique, okay? So brainwash, let's drill back to this. Okay, so this is, it's a cause to cause someone to adopt radically different beliefs by using systematic and often forcible pressure. All right, so where did it originate from? So it originated back in the 1950s. It's a hypnotic process. It translates from Mandarin from wash and brain. Okay, so brainwash. Okay, so it was used in China to cause people to become more susceptible, mindless, susceptible to changes. Procedure included forced standing deprivation of food and sleep, solitary confinement, repeated exposure to propaganda, meaning lies. Okay, so that's an interesting definition, and so it's a pretty strong word that he throws it out there. Now, I know what he was trying to do, because if you really look at manipulation, that's what somebody's trying to do. And so oftentimes people will use a word that's a very negative word to try to get somebody to go and feel bad about it, right? So words have effect, okay? So that was a strong word to use. I know what he's talking about, and you know, if anybody watched any of us in the military, they would absolutely say that we were brainwashed and we were part of a cult, because we had our own language, right? If you've ever been on a military base, you'll know we have acronyms for everything, and nobody knows what they are unless you're on the inside, right? The culture that we have in there is that we take care of each other. Okay, there's a brotherhood in there, all right? So anybody on the outside would think, okay, they're really weird. But you know what? If you go to a college, you're going to see the same thing. If you get on a sports team, you're going to say the same thing. My son is always talking about jiu-jitsu. Okay, so is he brainwashed or highly interested in what he does? He's highly interested in what he does. He determines what he's interested in. And that's the difference between brainwashing and somebody doing something. If it's under their own volition, they're not being brainwashed. Okay, now they may think it's their idea, if they're brainwashed, blah, blah, blah. This is not the case in network marketing. You're not brainwashed because you're in a business, or you're not brainwashed because you're in network marketing, okay? So Desmond said, I tried to convince them, okay? So trying to convince somebody is somebody is trying to go in a different direction and you're trying to convince him. He obviously recognizes that that was wrong, okay? So, but he is implying that everybody does what he did. And so I ask, is it a behavior issue or is it an industry issue? Because they say it in network marketing, you got to go to these meetings, you got to dress up in a suit, you got to do this, you got to do that, right? Well, they are generalizing everything. They're taking the whole of network marketing, and they're all putting it into a nice little jar, putting a lid on it and saying, that's all of y'all. What's a Tennessee expression? Meaning more than two. Okay. Okay, so that's not the case. It's a gross generalization. Everyone's a potential prospect. Okay, so that's what they said in there as well. All right, let's dig into that one. If you're a real estate agent and you happen to go to a Halloween party, would you might run into somebody who wants to sell their house or wants to buy a house? You might. Okay, what if you're a bookkeeper? If you went to the same party, or would you likely run into somebody who needs a bookkeeper? Okay, how about a school tutor? Right? You got children, what grades? Right? Okay, so everybody's a potential prospect, of course, in network marketing, because everybody needs money. That's the one thing on this planet is that everybody needs money. And so it's not wrong to view that people could be a prospect for whatever it is that you do. When you own your own business, you're kind of laying a blanket over a topic and saying, I'm responsible for this. Okay, if somebody needs a bookkeeper and they don't know what a bookkeeper is, then my job is to explain it to them. Same thing with real estate, same thing with all of it. So it is not wrong to say, I need to make known what I do. It's not wrong, okay? He's evidently sitting on YouTube talking about what he does. And so there you go. That kind of gives you an idea of that it's not wrong that everybody is a potential prospect. What do men and women do when they're dating? Is every guy a prospect? Is every girl a prospect? Yeah, inside of a category. You're like, oh, wow, I want this and this and this and this in them. Some of that you can see from a distance, but some of that you have to talk to them first. You see? So it's not wrong to view people as prospects, but they implied that it is. Okay, so I'm just going to share with you how I go about this whole process. So it's typically when I'm on an airplane, or I'm in a fundraiser or something like that, is the most common times that I'm out talking with somebody. All right, it's most common times. Okay, so this thing right here, if you haven't seen this thing is called the pipeline. It is the law of every organization and individual in the world. I know that's a big scope, but everybody's got to generate leads. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter whether or not you are a politician. It doesn't matter whether or not this is a nonprofit that we're talking about. It doesn't matter if it's an individual looking for a spouse. Everybody has to generate leads. Everybody has to contact the leads. Sometimes you have to do an appointment. If you go to a Gap Jeans or something like that, you don't have to set an appointment. It's kind of quick. You walk in, the person then says, can I help you find what you're looking for? All right. But then there's a presentation of some kind. Here's the jeans, or here's my proposal. If you go to an attorney's office, or the president candidate is saying, here's what I'm going to do. All right. And then there's a follow-up process in some situations. And then out of that, you get to serve that person and you make money. That's the whole game in life, guys. And it's not unique to network marketing. Okay. So he was saying that everybody's a prospect. But here's the way it really should go, so that you don't disrupt someone. You don't try to convince someone. All right? Because that's where you cross this border where you're no longer cool. Okay. So when I generate a lead, let's say that I'm at a Halloween party and I start talking to somebody, I greet, I qualify. And what do I mean by either one of these? Greet. I start chatting with them. Okay, I'm just keep on talking and talking and talking, asking them what they do. And how'd you get into that? And when did you know you loved that? And I just keep talking about them. Okay, that's what I do. And then at some point I hear something. Okay, the guy says, we're just talking, and he says, no, I'm not going to have any more of those chips. I really need to lose some weight. Okay, he just crossed into my territory, because it's kind of what I do. I help older guys lose weight. And so I would kind of like think right there, that's a concept there. That person now qualifies that I can serve that person. Not that I can make money. That's the icky. That's the icky zone. It's that I can serve this person. But I don't know yet, because a lot of people, they just make this comment, I need more money, or they make this comment that says, I want to lose weight, but they don't really want to do it. Okay, so they just, if you got rid of that, they would have no other problems. So I just qualify. But never, ever, ever, if I'm on the airplane or anything like that, do I go to this step, invite them to look at something. Oh, if you need to lose weight, what have you tried in the past? In other words, I'm going to really drill down. I'm going to get to really know what problem that they've had. I'll try to give them some data right then and know to let them know that I really know that space. Okay? But then I say, hey, let's exchange cards. I'm not going to invite him right there. Right? That's where it gets a little bit too icky. So that's just the way that I personally, I never stalk somebody. When I follow up, they really had to be interested. Okay? And then I want you to just picture this for a second. So 30 years, I've made, over $1 billion in sales through my organizations. I have, 57 millionaires in the last 7 years. By over 5,000 people make $250,000 a year. Do you think I'm stalking somebody? Why would I stalk somebody? Because I know what it's going to take. If that person could have created wealth on their own, they already would have. All right? I know there's some things I'd get them past. And so do you think that I'm looking at somebody as a prospect for my advantage? No, I'm looking at people I can help. That's why I'm doing it. I spent 3 years figuring out weight loss. I'm I'm not chasing people because they're overweight. I'm chasing people, not even chasing them. I'm looking for people who want to change. And then I'm really the person they want to run into. Okay? So that's kind of the difference. And the other thing is, I want you to just think about this. I would just like have a heart attack if I just with the thought of that somebody didn't approach me in network marketing. And that's the other thing that I keep in mind. And so that's why I'm not saying that it's, you know, it's wrong to talk to somebody. No, it's not wrong to talk to somebody. If somebody really needs money, if somebody really wants to really change their life, I've personally never seen anything that is easier to create the same amount of money. And I've been all over the spaces. So I don't know them all inside and out, but I've been around a lot of businesses. I have a lot of money so I can go into a lot of businesses, and there is just none that I would go into because I know network marketing and because there's just there's something really, really cool about making millionaires, right? There's something really, really cool that it makes me happy. Okay. So to me, Dan and Desmond are trying to convince the viewers to not like network marketing. He said it best, what did he say, slick salesman or something like that. So he said it, and you're going to see that later. We're going to reveal exactly what they're up to a little bit later, and to buy his course, okay? So I'm calling that a false claim. It's agenda-driven. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Do you feel as though that it's wrong to talk to somebody about network marketing or about like how to go about losing whatever it is, if it's weight, if it's a person who, wants to cover up scars on their face or whatever it is that you do, let me know how you think. I'll see you in the next video.